Guess what, Saxons? We've got a new library management system, which means our library catalog looks a little different. Today, I'm going to show you how to perform a basic search for a book and then locate that book in the library. First, our catalog computers are sitting on the end of the circulation desk that's closest to the computer tables. The two catalog computers are only for accessing the catalog to perform a quick search for a book. If you want to do anything more complicated, like place a hold on a book or access our digital editions, you need to grab one of the 12 other computers laid out on the tables in front of the Learning Lab. If you happen to see this login screen when trying to use one of these catalog computers, just click Continue as Guest. You should find yourself on the catalog's homepage, which features books we've recently added to our collection, as well as our most popular titles. Underneath, you'll find genres of fiction that you can browse by, called topics in this new system. Finally, you'll see a list of ebooks and audiobooks. These titles didn't transfer from the old system to the new system very well or very correctly, so I highly recommend using the Sora app or soraapp.com to search for digital titles for the time being. You can't actually access any digital titles through the catalog computers anyway, because that would involve going to another website and logging into another program, which isn't what these computers are for. So we're going to kind of ignore digital books for right now. Instead, let's look at the search bar. The default search is for a keyword, meaning that your results will include anything that has the search term or terms you type somewhere in its record. Could be a word in the title or the book summary. Could be the author's name or the topic of the book. If you want your search to be more specific, click on the little adjustment knobs next to the search bar. Here, you can indicate what type of search you're performing, such as a search for a title or an author, what schools you'd like to search, North High School or all of Torrance Unified School District, what format you want your books to be in, such as audio or print, and what genre you're interested in. You don't have to filter by all of these things. You can choose just one or two to help you narrow down your search. I'm going to start with a basic search for The Hate U Give. It's helpful if you spell it correctly. Obviously, the first results are going to be for the novel The Hate U Give. You'll also see, though, that a number of other books pop up, including others by the same author and ones that are thematically related. From just these search results, I can see a few things about these books, including their status, their call numbers, and their locations or genres if they're fiction. As far as status, I can tell that by looking at the icon in the upper left corner of each book cover. The first one, a book with a volume symbol in it, indicates the book is in audio format and can be borrowed on the Sora app or soraapp.com. The second results icon, just a plain book, is what ebooks currently look like. This isn't what they're supposed to look like, though. I'll show you the real icon in a minute. Finally, the green book that says in indicates the book is available in print and is in the library right now. A book's call number is featured near its title and is labeled call number. If a book is fiction, its genre, also known as its sublocation, can be found in the lower right-hand corner of the search result. Using this info, I can now locate this print copy of The Hate U Give in the library. All the fiction is along the back wall underneath the windows. It's first divided into genres and then alphabetically by the author's last name, the first three letters of which are featured in the call number on the spine of the book. So first I find realistic fiction, and then I find books by authors with a last name that starts with T. Angie Thomas, T-H-O, will be between authors whose last names start with T-H-N and T-H-P. Alphabetical order, remember? If I'm not sure this is the book I want, though, I can click on the title for more info. This small screen gives me additional information, specifically a brief summary and the book's rating according to its readers. If I want even more info, I can click on View More Details. At the top of the screen, I have the option to read a excerpt or the first chapter of the book if it's available. That could be useful for me to gauge whether the book is a good fit for me. At the bottom of the screen, I can find subjects related to the subject of this book, which would help me if, for example, I'd already read The Hate U Give and wanted another book like it. I can also find books like this one to the right-hand side of the screen where it says Similar Titles. At the bottom of the screen, the other tabs will give me reviews for the book, awards if the book has any. This one has 3. And it will even generate a citation for this book in whatever format I want so that I can include it in a bibliography or works cited list. Let's go back to the home page to look at some of the other icons that appear on books in the catalog. We already know the green In icon indicates that a book is in print and in the library. The red Out icon indicates that the library has a print copy of the book in its collection, but it's checked out to someone right now. If you want to put a hold on a book in order for it to be reserved for you when it's returned, you need to log into your Destiny account, which we appreciate you not doing from the catalog computers. You can see that ebooks are supposed to have a black book icon with a white E in it, but they don't have that right now because we're still working out kinks in the system. Audiobooks have a black book icon with a white volume symbol inside. Again, please don't check these books out from the catalog computers. Use the Sora app or soraapp.com for your digital books. I'm going to do a new search, this time for a topic. I've been very interested in disaster nonfiction lately. I've read all about shipwrecks and doomed discovery expeditions and the like. In fact, I think I'll look up, again, good idea to spell it correctly. I think I'll look up shipwrecks and see what else I can find on the subject. I have 67 results, which is kind of a lot to just scroll through. Remember that I want nonfiction though. I know from looking up The Hate U Give before that fiction has call numbers that start with FIC, for fiction. Nonfiction, on the other hand, has call numbers that start with actual numbers. So I can skip right over the first and third and fourth result because I see that it's fiction. That second one might work for me though. If I'd rather isolate the nonfiction than scroll through the fiction looking for it, I can filter my results by clicking on the little tornado in the upper right corner. If I sort by call number, I'm going to get all the nonfiction first in my results and all the fiction after. And maybe I want something published recently, even though it's about historical events. If I expand the published category, I can select last 5 years to get the most recent stuff. Once I've narrowed my results as much as I want to, I can click on the View Results button to see what I'm left with. A Storm Too Soon looks like it might be a good choice, and it also looks like it's available in the library. But how do I find nonfiction? Turn around and take a look at the number ranges posted on the end of each of the standalone bookshelves in the library. In order to find my book, I want to go to the shelf that has the book's call number in its labeled range. After being organized numerically, nonfiction is organized alphabetically by the author's last name, just like fiction. So once I've found the aisle that has the 903 books in it, I'm going to look for the 903 books that are written by authors whose last name starts with T, specifically T-O-U. Now, I do have to say that we've been reorganizing the library for the last several months, and that our books are in a little bit of disarray. Please try to find the book you're looking for on the shelf using the call number and genre if it's fiction. But if you look and don't see it, don't hesitate to ask library staff for help. In a future tutorial, I'll show you some of the stuff you can do with Destiny when you log in, but this should be enough to get you started searching for a book and then finding it in the library today.